would like to mention, before we go on, an exhibit that I don't think is up anymore, and that's the student exhibit. Missy Delahanty and I went in during the student exhibit, and it's just such an exciting exhibit, and it happens annually, so people can look forward to it, and so can the children and the art teachers. Rutland High School had an amazing AP, blocks of marble, it looked like, with different faces. Fairhaven High School nearby had many, many pictures of different kinds. Obviously, Kristen Partisi chose to show the diversity of output of her students. Exactly. And Fred Lauer of Rutland High School decided to show what they had all done together as a group. West Rutland had the Love Sculpture, L-O-V-E, which you see in Philadelphia and different cities.
Yes.
And it was large. It was very like what you see if you're in the city and all of a sudden you come upon it.
And I just totally got sidetracked and I forgot. The presentations.
Yeah. It's okay.
So, you know, I go out and I do presentations, and one of the things that I'll bring up, I'll try and bring up examples. So sometimes people can make that recognition.
Sure.
And Terry Schiavo was a story of a young lady who had something happen to her.
Absolutely.
And she was left on life support, and she had a feeding tube.
Yeah.
She wasn't brain dead, but there was enough damage where she was never going to be able to recover.
Absolutely.
For years and years, it went back and forth between the husband and the family. The husband said no, she didn't want to.
We also 3 years ago moved our children into our Chaplain Ave site and began our capital campaign. So we are in the final months of our capital campaign. We've raised altogether for this entire project about $1.3 million, and we still have about $150,000 left to raise.
How you feel about that? How, you know, she's now downstairs in a bedroom, and is that easier? Do you worry when you go to bed at night?
Oh, no. Well, sometimes I do because she won't turn the TV off, and I have monitors. I have one downstairs and one on my nightstand, and sometimes I can still hear her. Oh, she's singing, or she's talking, or she's, you know, watching TV, and I'll have to...
Faithfully is our superintendent of schools at the Finish Line,
Mary Moran.
And she even pulled me aside one time a couple of years ago. She said, I can remember many years ago, I saw you run at Boston. I said, well, where were you, Mary, at Fenway or Kenmore Square? And she couldn't remember the exact spot.
Yeah.
So it clicked a little with her, but she does a great job. I mean, there's so much going on at the Finish Line every year, too.
I know. She enjoys it.
Hello and welcome to a special edition of SVCOA Today. I'm your host, Heather Baker, and today we're on location at a very special senior center, the Young at Heart Senior Center here in Poultney.
I'm Major Chuck Balcom from the Salvation Army.
I'm Major Rose Balcom from the Salvation Army.
And we want to welcome you.
Hello, how are you? My name is Andrea Taravella. Welcome to my show, Bocconcini di Vino. Today I prepared a nice pasta with alla norma. It's pasta with tomato and eggplant, fried eggplant, and ricotta salata, salty ricotta. This norma is a famous opera from Vincenzo Bellini from Sicily. So one of the chefs gave this name, this recipe to La Norma. It's famous in Sicily. So I started preparing the onions, chopped onions, very fine. Make sure I'm not cutting my finger.
Cooked, I have pre-cooked some stuff since we don't have a grill here. So we have some of the Parmesan potatoes and a blue cheeseburger already cooked. Now
Tales of hunting and fishing on this show. Another thing that comes to mind, you brought up a good point that sometimes people will panic, even if you had the belt on.
My immediate right is Bridget Martin, who is our educational advisor, and to her right is my office manager, Nancy Connor.
Hi, and welcome to The Informer. I'm Chelsea Tice, and here are some stories you may have missed this week. The Rutland Town Select Board voted unanimously to reject a petition regarding refugee resettlement.
Welcome to another chapter of the traditions of a Vermont Ridge Runner.
Hi, I'm Amy Lewis, and welcome to 30-Minute Fitness.
Welcome to Home Care Connection, brought to you by the Rutland Area Visiting Nurse Association and Hospice. Welcome to Home Care Connection, brought to you by the Rutland Area VNA and Hospice. At RAVNA, we provide a wide range of services that help people remain safe and in their homes, and independent and active as possible. While we are well known for our visiting nurses, we provide much more than nursing services. Today, we'll be taking a closer look at our therapy programs. Specifically, we will be talking about physical therapy and occupational therapy. With us today are some of RAVNA's therapy staff. Kathy Rotundo, who's a physical therapist, and Melissa. Welcome to Home Care Connection, brought to you by the Rutland Area Visiting Nurse Association and Hospice. Today, we're talking about the very important but very sensitive topic of end-of-life planning. And here to help me with that today is Mark Mealy from RAVNA's Community Relations Department. Thank you for joining me today, Mark.